microphone on.
Perfect. All right. Now, if I remember my key here to turn my video on. All right. Okay. So confirming, you said the lobby is open, public is present,
Correct.
and the recording is going, correct? Okay. Then with that, I'll go ahead and call to order the September 26th, 2024 Columbia 9-1 Communication District's Board of Directors meeting. Members present, as for board members, we have myself, Bruce Holsey, Shelley Hennessy, and Jeff Black. And Bruce Holsey is also virtually. Would like to apologize to the rest of the board. I've had a kid sick home since Friday, and immediate contacts have tested positive for COVID, so I am attending virtually today just to make sure I don't end up spreading anything at the facility. Mary Jo, can you introduce staff who's present?
We have Nikki Nichols, Danielle Hooper, myself, Merks Levine, Nathan Hughes, and Mike Fletcher is virtual.
Thank you very much. And I see we have Mr. Tyler Miller online. And is there any members of the public present in the building?
No.
All right. Moving forward, is there any public comment? Okay, hearing none. Do we have any changes to the agenda?
No.
Negative, okay. So I will move on for the approval of the August 22nd and September 4th regular and special board meetings.
I will make a motion to approve both of those.
Is there a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the August 22nd regular meeting minutes and the September 4th special meeting minutes as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
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 Shelley, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Aye.
Opposed? None. We'll move on to the financial reports. Budget variance.
Good morning. Current benchmark for the month of August is 83.33%. We are currently at 92.1%, so we are in good shape. Nothing really unusual happened during that month. I would like to take 1 second and just pass these along. These are the resolutions that you guys had passed at our last regular board meeting to close both our petty cash accounts and our money market account. And according to the resolutions, I'm just supposed to show you that they are closed. So the first one you're looking at is the 2 petty cash accounts. You'll see deposit slip there for the total amount. And then that is the document from the money market account showing a 0 balance. So all those have been closed and monies have been transferred. Were there any questions for me on the financials at all?
All right, hearing no questions, entertain a motion to approve the budget variance report for August 31st, 2024 as presented.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the budget variance as presented.
Copy, is there a second?
I'll second.
I'll second.
Oh.
Nope, go ahead.
Shelley, you get that one again. Okay.
Second
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Passes. Check register. And I'll start out by entertaining a motion to approve the check register as presented. I hear silence confirming I'm still,
Yeah, give us just a second,
Online.
Rob.
no problem. Well, we'll discuss it in discussions.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve that check register as presented.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, so we moved in second to approve the check register as presented. Shelley's, not Shelley, Mickey, is there anything you want to add or to point out?
But no, that was all that I had.
Copy? Any other discussion? Has everyone felt like they've had enough time to look it over?
I did make one change that I think is important to point out. In the past, our budget variance reports only showed the revenue line for current or prior taxes and interest. And it's been requested that I break out both of the levies. And we are still receiving local levy option past prior taxes. And those will continue to dribble in, but they are now separated out, and you'll see that on your budget variance report.
Right, it's for previous year. It's, I believe it's a line item for previous year's taxes, something like that.
Yeah, well, so I broke out our regular levy and our local option levy, so I can show those dollars separately as they come in throughout the
Okay.
whole year.
Perfect, yeah, and that was on the variance report, or, yeah, that
Correct.
we already did. Anything else for the check register itself?
No.
All right, one more time. Are there any questions from the board? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
I,
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. I hop over the agenda again here real quick. Also just want to point out that we will lose one board member at 11 if we exceed, and then we lose a quorum at noon. So I'm just trying to move things on here at a steady pace since we have quite a few items on the agenda. Let's move on to the operations manager report.
Oh, yes, and thank you. Staffing update. We have one that just got off training. She's part-time. She was the one that had some lateral experience. So currently we have 2 full-time lead dispatchers, 8 full-time communication specialists. 2 of them are in training, but one is finishing up as we speak, most likely in the next week or so. And 1 part-time. We're planning and getting ready to reopen entry-level hiring on the 1st. We are wrapping up the current hiring process as they're coming to the last phases. So we have 2 applicants in background and 2 applicants in the psychological evaluation phase. We're always hiring for laterals. That remains open. Our staff did go and participate in the Scappoose High School First Responder Appreciation Night on September 13th. We had 3, Kirby, Dunry, and Jennifer. They actually got to go out on the field and were celebrated and were amongst military and public safety first responders. Our staff are preparing to participate in, again, in a very popular event, the Columbia County Sheriff's Office 5th Annual Trunk or Treat Halloween at the St. Helens Middle School on October 26th. So they are very excited to do that again. Other than that, we are always working on hiring and training. Is there any questions?
All right, well, thank you very much. Moving on to the technical manager report.
So we had our go live date with the admin phone system, went pretty smoothly. We're still working with Pacific Office to tweak the system to better suit our workflow. Facility, we had a generator tech come out to work on our generator here at dispatch. And during that work, they noticed that the electrical panel and the transfer switch, we're actually pulling away from the wall and where they're mounted. So we're working with an electrician to get a quote and a game plan to make sure that we don't lose power in dispatch. Go kits, we continue working to update our Go kits to include CAD, radios, and phone positions. Vesta, Day Wireless was able to configure our new Vesta command post so that we have remote call taking, at least in this building right now. We're working with Motorola to allow call taking outside of this building in case of an emergency. CAD, we completed the installation of new training and test CAD positions. This will allow for more realistic training off the floor. And that is all I have. Any questions?
And I will ask now rather than later. I'm sure you're already on top of this, but any quote that we get for repair of mounting the panels, obviously is going to meet up to the required seismic standards, correct?
Yeah, so we're gonna be beefing up our mount to make sure that this doesn't happen again in the future, at least the foreseeable future.
Perfect. Does anybody else have anything for Nathan? All right, hearing none, we will move on to old business. Fletcher, would you like to take it away from here?
Hey, everybody. Morning, live from Bend. I'm attending the quarterly state 911 meeting and awards banquet. And I'm just happy to say that my wife was received a statewide award last night. So it was nice to be here for that. Not a lot to discuss in old business, but there were some changes from the time that I published my report to today. The Meisner project, what's new there is we completed our co-location agreement between the district and the PUD, who had requested to co-locate at our location. Just before I left town, I received information from PUD that they were surprised that their legal counsel turned it around so quick. So they've already signed off on it. I would have had the document here today, but with Mr. Peterkin just returning from Europe, he doesn't even know this yet. So it's actually done. I just need to sign it off and that will be complete. So that's good news. The Next Gen Radio project, again, not a lot has changed since our last meeting. We have our next meeting with all parties on Monday. I'll keep you, what has happened between that last meeting and this one is we were asking for clarifications on multiple points of the proposal, and we have received notice that they have responded to all of those, so we'll get an update on Monday. Move forward from there. Newsletter development. So Coastline has helped us with reinventing our district newsletter to be published. It was over the last couple months, we've been working on that. It's at the printers, and well, actually it was yesterday I got an update that they were binding, and it was possible that it would be in the mail today. If not today, it will be tomorrow morning for sure. And so the citizens of the county will start seeing that probably over the weekend and the first part of next week. So very happy with that. And that is really all the old news.
All right. Anybody have any questions for Mike? Hearing none. Currently, the agenda is blank for new business. Just want to
Correct.
confirm, is there any new business?
No, sir.
All right. Hearing none, we will move on to executive session. We will have multiple discussions on this. We will be entering executive session under ORS 192660, subsection 2A, deployment of public officers, employees, and agents. ORS 192660-2, sub B, for discipline of public officers and employees, and executive session, and ORS 192660-2, section H, legal counsel. At this time, Nathan is going to go ahead and close the Zoom lobby. I would ask Shelley if you could also let us know when staff has exited the room so that we may enter executive session. So normal session here is closing for now at 9:17.
Just give me a minute
No problem.
and we're good to go.
Microphone's on.
All right, we executive session at 10:36. People are back in the room. The lobby is back open. The recording has started. Resuming normal session here at 10:38. On the agenda, I see it's agenda items for October 24th meeting. So I guess, first of all, is that a good date? And I see it's currently scheduled for 1 p.m., a change from the norm.
Yes, that is because it conflicts with Mike Fletcher's, is it the DPSST board meeting?
That's correct. Yep.
So it's a 1 p.m. meeting that day.
That works for me.
I don't know. I can't answer that at this time. We have a potential playoff game that day, so I'm not gonna know at that time of day if I'm gonna be available or not.
Okay. So let's go through. I know the date should be good for me. So I guess as we get a little closer, we'll verify with everyone and Shelley and reach out to Henry, make sure, or at least make sure with Henry to make sure there's no solid conflicts there. So Mary Jo can make sure we will have a quorum as usual. Any agenda items? All right, hearing none. Is there any other business?
None from staff.
And hearing none, we're on to member comments. If I can though, real quick, want to preempt it with, I would like to hear from the staff members that participated in, was it the health fair event? I know I wanted to go, but unfortunately it conflicted with a medical appointment I had. So I was just curious to hear feedback from the members that were able to go.
Oh, that was my first event like that. I was shocked at how many people were actually there. We talked to lots of people. Mickey and Danielle are very knowledgeable and worked with people, and I just kind of followed their lead. So I was glad to be there.
Yeah, I would agree with Shelley. I was very surprised at the turnout, and we talked to a lot of people and shared a lot of information, and it was good.
Good. And thanks staff for participating also. It's been a while since we've been able to go back out, and I'm happy to see you were able to re-engage on these events. Are there any other member comments? Hearing none, we will go ahead and adjourn the meeting here at 10:41. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.